It's time for another episode of Malt Magic and More, where we did a very bad thing and we need to talk about it. It's the After the Show show!
Oh, wow.
I love that.
Oh, wow.
We did a bad thing. We did a bad.
We did a bad.
Technically, I did a bad
Yeah,
thing.
you did a bad.
First thing we
did
need
it
to say
very
is that
bad.
was the best, coolest episode ever.
Oh, yeah. Right,
That
and I
was-
have to say,
that was an awesome
also,
comeback.
yeah, kudos to you, Matt, right? The way in which, I honestly thought, right, the only way that this can go is we either beat it or TPK. And the fact that you managed to put a middle ground into that is fantastic.
Yeah.
Personally, I was like, I literally at one point we were like, that's we failed. That's it. We're done. We're gonna have to run. And actually, there was another path. I never expected that, and that was what was really interesting.
Yeah, kind of
And-
makes sense though, because it's like the dragon doesn't really see us as a threat. Like we're not.
We're
like,
ants.
we're just-
We are ants,
Yeah.
aren't we? Yeah.
Exactly.
You
Like,
know.
So
Does not give a flying fuck.
yeah,
Flies,
I
though.
was absolutely wounded when I threw the fireball, killed loads of them, and then made it worse. Technically. And I was like, shit.
I'll tell you
Well,
what.
How
I will
close
say
were we?
though.
Sorry, say
So
again.
there was two moments where you were very close.
Yeah.
There was one with the grapple, obviously, where you were booking it.
Yeah.
And those two natural, I literally thought that was it. When I rolled that natural one, I thought that's it, game over
Yeah.
for me. And
And I
then
rolled a natural
Dave
one at
rolled
the
a
same
natural
time.
one. I was like, holy shit, what's going on here? And then your arrows, if you'd have hit him one more time, I think,
Him
while he
or the
was
box?
holding. Well, if you'd hit the box, then that probably would have solved everything.
Shit.
say that.
Because when I hit the
could-
box
I
and
could-
it didn't do nothing.
But I could have hit the box. I could have hit the box, and instead I took it. Like an idiot.
So if I'd hit him one more time on that roll where I didn't use advantage and I missed,
Yeah, so if you'd have hit him, I reckon that'd have probably done enough damage to take him out. He'd have dropped. The box would have dropped. So there could have been numerous things that could have happened there.
That.
balls.
But
That
that
is-
is D&D.
I was about to say, that's why I love it, because of that whole thing that all three of us had no idea. You know, because of that thing that we suddenly realised that it's a sacrifice. Is it the second that you sacrifice him that it completes it? If he's
Yeah,
holding it,
I mean-
and you're just so uncertain the entire time. So it was just
Don't
book
know.
it.
You just don't know. You have to think on your feet.
We
Oh,
were,
boy.
to be
I'm
fair,
Glad you
we-
enjoyed it though.
How
I've
close,
been really
you
looking
two
forward to
really
that
close
build.
to dying.
Yeah, what are we on?
That aura of
Christ.
vitality actually stopped Dargo going down.
Yes, it did. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I think the cleric did his job tonight.
Cleric did his
Absolutely
job.
did his
That
job.
was.
Let's just
that's
bring that up just to prove.
Wow.
Holy crap! Right?
Did you
No
get
one
into
is looking
single
good on
digits or
that.
something?
No one is looking good, and oh man,
I think Dargon
Dargon
would have
gave
gone to
us-
single digits, but
Yeah, I don't know
If
if
he
he
had
did.
if he had been resistant to cold damage, he'd have died twice.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
oh yeah,
Sure.
absolutely.
How
He's
how
not
much
resistant. He's fucking immune to it.
how much cold damage would I've got running through that crap?
I didn't even roll for it for you.
Yeah, I know,
'cause
but
you're
how
immune? So I didn't
how
even
how,
bother.
how much? What's the dice? What's the potential? You know that's the kind of stuff we want to know.
It was 2d12.
Yeah, I mean that hurts. Yeah, that's got to hurt. You know.
So that would have been 21 based on that roll.
Whoa, damn.
But could have been up to 24,
24.
obviously.
24, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. I love that.
No, that was awesome. And as you say, that was every emotion. I think we even went through grief at one point.
I think it just
So
goes to the
nearly
end.
It was
did
the
it.
Denial.
faces at the end. I was like, holy fuck, I've
No, I was
actually broken
debating.
them.
When I was running back to you, I was gonna take it off you, like passing the baton, and then just dash. And dash, and dash, and dash. And just literally leave you fall for dust, just run with it.
Yeah, no, honestly, I was trying to work out, because I thought it was going to take an action or a bonus action to pass it to Kirik. So again, my only thought, and again, my first use of Blade Ward, to actually think I need to get past these guys and take minimum damage. Never have I ever been in that situation where I just want to leave. So I use Blade Ward for the first time ever. And yeah, actually it worked really well, don't get me wrong, because I would have died if I hadn't used it. So actually that's incredible. Yeah.
What was the thing you were going to say, Kieran? But
oh yes,
Kieran.
Yeah.
I'm so used to being a cat.
Go for it. Yeah, go
somehow,
for it.
But that you wasn't.
I was gonna. Yeah, I was thinking it probably wouldn't have made a difference because they were trying to reach for it, but I was like, just pop in the bag of holding. Okay.
Yeah, could have worked. Do you know what? Do you know what? Before I grabbed it, I thought about putting it in the bag of holding, thinking, would that help? Would that suddenly mean that it doesn't matter, they can't get it? I was actually thinking, if I put it in the bag of holding, can no one get it out? But actually I realised that no, as long as they know that it's in there and they know what it is, they can get it back out regardless. So, I admit I did think about that. I then completely forgot, and you are absolutely right. That actually could have solved it.
When he got it back, I was debating.
Yeah, they were trying to get to
They
it.
could still have done a lunge or a grapple to get into the bag. Yeah. I don't think it would have changed.
I was debating when
I
he
think
got
that would
it
have been
back.
significantly more difficult to do. Because they need to grab the bag and then summon it from the bag.
Yeah.
Yes,
No, it was a good shout. It was a good shout. That would have been
burned
the
up
next
a bonus action at least.
I was going to tie a rope to my arrow and try and shoot it into the box to then pull it. But I couldn't get close enough. I couldn't get close. He was in the air at the time, so I wouldn't have been. I didn't have enough rope.
That was the limiting factor for your character. It was literally just the rope.
Yeah.
So Ander clearly needs one of those endless rope type items.
Elven rope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mephisto, here I come.
There were so many things. Like I was ready for like, if they hadn't started charging or if they hadn't gone to us, I was just gonna like. Well, no, at that point I didn't. I didn't have any spell slots left of third and fourth. Actually, I only have like a spell slot level 1 and then 2 level 2. That's why I was like but like you were so low down on health that I was like, I just need to like cast this and start healing, because otherwise Dalgon's going to go down. And because I just kept having bonus actions to not do anything. I was like, oh. But like another thing that could have been really good was Spirit Guardians, because that would have just slowed them down. Like their movement is halved when they get in the aura, so it was like, you're still
on mute, Dave. He can't hear us either.
He can't hear us.
When
there we go.
When you gave me the that second life or whatever it was, I was like, I just can't waste this. I can't waste this, and I'm like, and I was really worried about moving, just going, I don't want to waste it, but I'm going to take an attack of opportunity, and so it was just it was great. It was like, oh great, I have more health, and now I don't want to waste it. I feel guilty because you've just given it to me.
Yeah, I rolled really low on that as well.
There were so many rolls where
average.
It could have literally
turned
it in our favour.
Yeah,
a lot of low
like
rolls.
After I rolled
D&D.
live, I did a roll on D&D Beyond, and I rolled like 25. That was like 50 health to you. Like insane.
I switch between the real dice and the D&D dice depending on if I don't like the roll of the other one. I'll switch.
I stick to physical dice. I just prefer it.
I should put my dice out for one session, like put them in dice jail and just roll D&D Beyond.
I think you should burn them in a ceremony.
Today was just they can't burn them. I mean, I suppose they can burn, but the metal. So
we'll get a fire hot enough. Trust me.
Yeah, they'll just melt.
Yeah, true. Oh my god! There were so many things.
But you don't want to poop out a D4, do you?
So I mean, the other thing is right. I mean, so what would you say? A couple of
D8 would be worse.
D8 sideward's a bit bad, yeah.
Oh, a couple of hours ago, this was, can we complete this cave? And we go back to the Malt Masters like, ooh, that was a close one. And now we're like, yeah.
I think
yours.
they're going to notice.
Nation
I think they're going
Dragon.
to notice. Yeah. Also, I feel like I've got PTSD or some form of bereavement because I was really excited that I thought we were going to do it. I really thought we were going to do it.
Yeah.
It was really close. It was really
so close.
It was literally that strength check.
I was about to say, because
the turning point.
I'm guessing that if you killed the cleric without him holding it, that would have been it, game over. So it was the fact that he was holding it.
You mean CL?
Cleric.
Cult leader. Yeah, I thought that halfway through. I was like,
Whatever.
we keep calling
Cult
him
leader
cleric,
was correct.
It probably isn't. He had way high
Cult leader
wisdom,
was
though.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had very high wisdom.
+4.
So yeah, yeah.
Oh, man.
Cult leader. If
We were
you'd
doing
have
good
taken him
strategy,
out,
though.
then there is quite
No,
a high
no, you're right.
probability that yes, this would have been.
Yeah.
I
There's the thing we didn't know. We didn't know. We
Unfinished.
didn't know if like killing the cult leader would just activate the ritual
Yeah.
completely. Like we
Yeah.
didn't actually know that.
So
We had a good strategy though. It was just the rolls let us down. I think.
if I'd
Yeah,
have,
especially the rolls.
if I would have had my second Misty Step, I think I would have done what I did differently. But I don't. I didn't, because we didn't. That's the way that the dice rolled. We didn't have a short rest.
Yeah.
We didn't. Well, that wouldn't have helped. That wouldn't have helped. I used it in the last fight. I would have had to wait 24 hours. So no.
Resource management. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
I would like-
No, really.
I would like to watch the episode back to watch all of our faces when the map panned out and we see it for the first time. We thought, just a couple of werebears in the chest. We could sort that out.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
you just went,
yeah.
oh my god.
It was the fact that I realised that
You're like,
I realised that I had
Just thinking what we had to do. Like
I was looking at seven groups and 7 people, and immediately went 49 people. Oh God, we're screwed. And so to see the fact that they were sacrifices was awesome. To go, actually, that's how we wouldn't have fought them. But yeah.
So yeah, DM mechanics for that fight, they were totally meant to be distractions.
Yeah.
I had no plan for them whatsoever other than to die.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, there were 5 people in that room that we needed to concentrate on, and one in particular, and that was so very clever. But it's the game theory. I mean,
So the 4 there to slow you down.
Yeah,
One that was the real target.
yeah.
The rest, totally.
Which is what I thought initially,
Bother.
but I held myself back, and that is game theory. That is game theory in itself. You second guess yourself. You're not sure. This whole thing about. The truly wonderful thing I remember watching years and years and years ago on QI about game theory, about the fact that you've got someone who's a really good shot, and you're a rubbish shot, and you're all and both of you are at a was it the old Western shootout, and you're fighting over a woman, right? And it is, do you shoot yourself, do you miss, or do you try and hit this person, right? And as someone said, you shoot the woman. Right.
That's exactly what I was about to say. You shoot the woman.
Yeah, right. And this whole thing of game theory is, but actually the real thing is you intentionally miss. Because actually, there's a third person involved in this who is a slightly okay shot, and if you're a really rubbish shot, the other 2 will attack each other. So anyway, doesn't apply to what we just did, but basically game theory in itself means that you cannot overestimate the value of how you have to think of every single move. So
Yeah.
D&D is 4th dimensional chess.
Yeah, so for our international viewers, QI is a UK game show, comedy show.
Comedy game show, but it's
Panel
brilliant.
show?
Comedy game show featuring extremely interesting facts.
Yes, some of them true.
Quite. So you think it's quite interesting?
It is quite interesting, you could say.
It's quite interesting, yes, absolutely. Yes, anyway, so sidetrack there. Anyway, what I've also been thinking of is, while you were talking about that, I think I can actually pull in our episode, find that section and bring it back into here.
We'll ad-lib while you go do that.
Well, you keep talking while I find it, because I found it.
While you do that, Dave, we can talk about upcoming Christmas stuff, can't we?
Yeah.
Yes, we can. So I didn't want to announce it in the episode tonight, because I wanted tonight's episode to very much focus on tonight's episode. But
You can't detract away from that. That was awesome.
we did. So on the 28th of December, we are going to flip things on its head a little bit. Yeah, I say that like I should fucking remember it, really. We're going to flip things on its head. So I will not be DMing, as it is my birthday. So as a little special Christmas one-off, we are going to have a different DM for the evening, which will be our resident cleric, will be Mr. Vaj, who will take the DM reins and lead a whole new band of characters through
Brand new
a
characters.
wacky Christmas one-shot. Brand new characters, well, partially brand new characters. Mine is a character that was used in last year's Christmas one-shot that Samau and I did.
Indeed.
At Christmas at our house. So, yeah, please tune in for that one. That one's going to be wild. We've already created the characters. They are nuts. They are nuts.
It's very, very silly.
I can't guarantee I'm going to do it right, but my God, am I going to have a
Do you know
laugh
what?
with it.
Do you know what's
It's
the
going to be
hardest
funny.
thing for me about the character? Not the fact that he's got 45 features and traits that I need to try and remember. Thanks, Tasha. It's the fact. It's the fact that I don't know what voice to use.
Oh, I've already got that
Too
figured
easy.
out.
Oh,
Because
right.
because to be fair, Ander is basically me, so it's kind of my voice. Because
Right.
you always want the first character like you, don't you?
Well, yeah. I
It
suppose.
is Dave's voice that I think is going to make or break the episode.
Well, I was just going to say, if we want to, we don't have to at all, but we're going to start with Matt, and we're going to work along with a snippet of what the voice we're going to use, including what Samal might use for someone, we don't know who, but just a random voice. I thought, go on, let's give
if
it
you
a
want.
whirl. We don't have to say. We don't have to say who. We don't have to say what. We don't have to say why. It's just let's just do something.
Oh
You're
god, I
also
need
going
to
to have to
open
switch
the, I need to
Samau
open the thing here.
and Matt around when we play, because I can't have a DM in the
No,
middle.
I've already got it sorted.
We've already talked
Yeah,
about that.
I've already talked about that. I'm all good.
That's
And
going to
we're-
put me off.
Yeah, and we're also going to put a Christmas theme all over it, so it's going to be fun. And I
nice.
admit, I have
Indeed, so
never
I'll be working
done.
on the artwork.
I've never done a voice
Oh.
for this character, like live. I've done it in my head, but I've never done it live. So God knows what this is going to be.
I haven't even thought about a character. Also, can we try and get Mistletoe up behind, so then if I go like that, and somehow if you do it, it looks. I've gone too far.
That's
away
it.
from it.
You're way off, but
I've gone too far.
there you go. Yeah.
Danny,
Yeah,
Danny,
yeah.
just
We can just all go that side now.
Yeah, you just
We'll
all
just
look
go
like
one way.
complete idiots.
I'm confused about what's happening. Sorry, viewers, that must have been really shite.
This is exactly the tone of the one shot.
Absolutely.
So it's a pre-written one shot that I found. That on the day I'll announce everything, like who wrote it, and people can check it out. So that's going to be fun. It's very silly, but
Oh my
very very
God.
fun.
I hope we all fit. I
Voice.
hope we all fit into it anyway, because obviously we don't know what you're doing. So, I hope we
I
all
know
fit
what my
in.
voice is going to be. It's going to be really hard to maintain though, but it does fit.
I'm
with
going
the
to struggle.
character.
I'm really going to struggle with mine.
Having listened to Samal DM and obviously experienced Samal DM, I have no doubts about the fact that this is going to be extremely fun. I'm going to love it because it's
is
me
your
on the other side
character-
of the screen.
Is your character, Matt, a Bristolian, Irish Welshman? Like the dwarf
We'll find out on the day.
from Scotland, who has a bit of a
We're
northern
going to
twang.
leave it. We're going to leave it. We will find out the voice for said character on the day.
Yeah, I think we're going to spend a month just like working out the voice.
I mean, I think we
that's
should all
what I'm
talk
gonna
about is when we're leveling up.
Yay!
Yes.
Before we do,
grief, we need a bit of that. To cope with that grief.
before we do, let's have a bit of comedy. Let's see if I've actually managed to do this right.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I've got it. I've got it on low. I've got the volume. I've got the volume on low. There may be 15 seconds of just waiting, but let's have a look. So I think we should be able to talk over this.
Oh, there you go, people. This is what you get for having live technique.
Yeah.
Towards you and snarling. So you put light in your shield instantly. Almost the whole cavern lights up as the ice just reflects this light all over the place. We will do just a quick zoom out just to see the extent of what
just
we're
look
with.
at look at you.
Fuck me.
Oh, there's the skeleton of the fucking dragon. It's just all of us.
I knew it was coming. It doesn't make it easy.
As this light just beams out, you see
Ander, how many fireballs have you got left? Because I sincerely hope you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7
I'm
left.
fucking chucking them all.
Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious.
It's a realization of what's about to happen.
I just go, there's a fucking dragon. Samara goes, oh god, and then we have Danny go, oh for fuck's sake.
We need to clip that, and that needs to be the trailer for everything we ever do.
Oh, that's good.
God.
That's good stuff.
Oh, fuck me, you finished me off.
Oh man, I want to watch that again. Oh my god, that's brilliant.
Oh, you're welcome, internet. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, yeah.
Brilliant.
What is it? What's the
was-
what do they call it? The Twitch little advert thing you're supposed to do? I think we just found it.
Trailer?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Fuck. That
I don't
one
know how you
literally made
didn't
me
break
cry.
on this.
I thought I was about to say I'm crying here. Oh dear me.
We were clearly
I liked
just
it.
too consumed to like.
Literally everybody was like, oh shit. To be too paying too much attention.
Let's circle back around though to Samal's question about leveling up, Mr.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I was only half joking.
It is Christmas season
Leveling
after all.
Leveling up gets progressively harder as you move up through the levels.
Yeah.
Is that where we're leaving?
I think
Oh, brilliant.
I think a dead ancient white dragon's probably good enough.
Well,
You've not killed it yet.
Oh, feck off.
that's true. Oh, dear.
We've got to get back to the Malt Masters Guild with that flying about.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no idea what
Right. Really interesting question, right? I mean, there's a second one which is the, where's it going? What's it going to do? Are we going to find it on the way back? But the first one is an undead / very, not looking great ancient white dragon. Has that got more or less hit points or the same as an ancient white dragon would usually be? Because it's to really, and obviously we never know that. I don't expect Matt to answer, but posing a question is like, okay, what would a character say in right? You've got an ancient white dragon and you've got an undead one, essentially, or one that's been brought back to life. He's like, has that got different powers? Is it worse?
Like
is it better?
Abilities and things like that.
Yeah,
for example, it'd be vulnerable to radiant damage rather than it wouldn't be.
Yeah, exactly. So, would you use radiant instead of fire damage? Would it actually have less hit points because it's essentially been brought back to life? So it's like half health or something.
There is probably a point to clear up there. In D&D 5e, radiant damage is not more effective on the undead.
Ah, not what I was expecting.
On the creature, I suppose. But yeah,
Depend
generally
on the
no.
creature specifically,
Yeah.
but on the undead, generally, radiant damage just does normal damage.
So is there anything? Well, not
on
anything.
a fiend though, it'll fuck them up on a fiend.
I was about to say, what type of thing would usually
think
radiant
so.
damage actually do have vulnerabilities
Damage
to radiant?
vulnerabilities are actually really rare
Yeah.
in D&D.
Yeah,
5e.
it's not really it's not specific to a type of creature. It kind of depends, because
literally
shadows
down
are
to the creature.
Yeah, shadows are undead, and they have vulnerability to radiant. But then there's other undead that don't. It's kind of like.
So, I mean, if you search
Demons-
for undead on
demons
D&D Beyond, the top
usually,
two results... So the top two
sorry, I was
results
just
are Undead
yeah,
Bullet
that's right.
and Undead Cockatrice. The Bullet bullet has vulnerability to radiant damage. The cockatrice, don't give a shit.
Yeah. Just depends on them.
So
Literally depends on the creature.
So radiant damage from a weapon or a spell attack or anything is it just seems to be that it is a certain amount of damage, from a deity, so to speak, but otherwise is not like helpful against skeletons and
No.
Ah,
The only thing is like paladins, when they use like divine smite on undead, they roll an extra dice, I think. But that's the only
there are capabilities of holier characters.
That's where I was probably getting it from.
You've seen it with Kirin.
Yeah, with the turn undead and stuff like that.
Turn undead, stuff like that. Eyes of the Grave.
Yeah. So I mean, I thought that there were some ghosts before we were streaming and recording this stuff that we went up against that would have been, were they wraiths or something that they actually had radiant vulnerabilities?
That, I believe, was Halloween one shot. That was what kicked Molten Magic off.
No, it was. If you remember, it was in the Tomb of the Seer. This was before we were streaming, and there were 3 or 4 skeletons / ghosts, and there was a massive mud giant. And I went against the big bad mud giant, and I should have gone against the ghosts because I was holding Dawnbring at the time, and I would have done double damage.
Yes, so that is a specific type of enemy. So
and that's,
it's, as I say, it's not down to the type, i.e. undead. It is down to the very specific monster that you are fighting.
Yeah. It's very.
It's the same with all things. Like Dargon's got immunity to cold damage. Yeah. Nobody else in the party has that. It's not that Goliaths have an immunity to cold damage. Yeah. They have a resistance to cold damage, but
not all of them. It's only Mountainborns do.
Indeed.
Yeah. So, if they were any other type of Goliath, they wouldn't have that. So, yeah, I suppose. Yes, very, very interesting. Very interesting. Oh my god, yeah. Did not expect that to go that way.
Going back to the subject of Christmas, just briefly for a second, another shout out. The week before our silly Christmas one shot, be sure to tune in as well, because that is when, out of character, out of game, there are some nice surprises coming for my players to say thank you and to say Merry Christmas. So we will be doing a little bit of a non-game, non-RP bit. Just
is it a D&D flashlight?
I'm assuming you said fleshlight.
Yep, those things you have a wank with.
Logo? I think that might be a bit painful.
Just a massive
Actually, it could be like a D20 butt plug or something. Like a double ender with a D20 on each end.
Literally have no response for that one. So you're welcome again, Internet.
Do we have Christmas jumpers though? Because we need to wear Christmas attire.
Oh Christ! I need my aircon on if I'm going to put my Christmas jumper on. Jesus.
No, I don't have Christmas jumpers because I'm a sweaty
I have
mess.
A choice of
but
about
I do have a Christmas shirt
jumpers.
or T-shirt.
I have one. It's a
Christmas
Captain
t-shirt.
America one, and it is thicker than my winter coat, and it is ridiculous.
I have a winter T-shirt. I have a Christmas T-shirt because I can't be doing my jumpers. I get itchy and sweaty.
I think it's just a case for the 21st, the 28th. We'll be there in Christmas attire of some sort.
Yeah,
and I might switch from whiskey to Bailey's.
Mulled wine.
Nice. Mulled wine.
Because that's technically got whiskey in it, innit?
Yeah.
Oof.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Whole bottle of Bailey's and I'll be sick. And on the 21st, is it still normal?
Still Malt Magic and More. Still, sorry, not Malt Magic and More. Still Forgotten Kingdom of Nylon.
Yeah, so it's just doing a one shot on the 28th.
Like Halloween? So is it going to be like Halloween, or is that Samal's one?
Kind of.
Hey, I tell you what. In our WhatsApp group earlier today, we were all talking about the fact that there might be a Christmas episode, and I said, depends if we make it out of this cave. Hey, well, at least we can tick something off. We didn't
Yes.
die.
I tell you what, if I,
Well,
my
we
aim
haven't
actually
made it
is to
out
make
yet.
it to Mephisto's for
That's
Christmas.
why I did. That's why I clarified with "we didn't die," not "we haven't made it out."
I like Danny's comment. My new aim is to make it back to Mephisto's for Christmas.
Yeah, I'll be at Mephisto's for Christmas.
Driving home for Christmas, and then if we, he might
With
give us those
Mephisto
presents.
waiting for me.
Yeah. I'll kiss him underneath the Mephisto toe. Oh, that sounds horrible.
You'll kiss Mephisto's toes, what?
I'll kiss. No, I don't know. It got weird.
It always do with you. It
just
does
got
with
weird.
you,
Actually,
Danny.
He
Just
don't
got
have
weird.
toes,
Fucking
does he?
10 minutes ago,
I
mate.
was about to say he's got hooves.
got
So
hooves.
for the love of God, don't talk about a camel toe because we're screwed at that point.
Show us your hoof. Yeah. I can't have none of that. We can't be having none of that.
I have to say though, it's one of those things that it made me go, oh great, at least we can get some dosh out of this. And then obviously looked around and couldn't see any bloody treasure to grab, so we're like, oh brilliant. So yeah,
Not finished looking around yet.
we haven't. And I suppose I need to do a better perception check, but from looking around, it doesn't look like we can grab anything. So.
I've still got a magical broom. I didn't use that at any point.
Oh, please tell
What
me!
the fuck am I gonna do
Please
with this
tell
magical
me
broom?
it's actually a flying broom.
Oh my god.
Imagine. I could play Quidditch.
Oh,
Can you imagine you up in the air with a bow? Can you imagine you up in the air with a bow, and the only the only stuff that would hit you would be ranged weapons or spells, and you would actually be able to stay out of all of it?
Because I tell you what, actually, I forgot to tell you on the last Malt Magic and More. You know when we was in the previous room fighting the people in the camp,
Yeah.
and there was a big statue of the dragon.
Yes.
Before I found out it dealt cold damage when you went near it, so it's a good job you did. I was gonna climb it, perch on it, and then just pepper people with arrows as like a lookout post, like a sniper.
Yeah.
But when I
Yeah.
found out I did cold damage, I just thought, fuck it, I'll chuck
So
a
in an
fireball.
alternate timeline, you would have Ander frozen to this dragon statue. Bow out.
Yeah. Look like a little cupid.
Yeah, and in another one, Dargon would have thrown a warhammer, at him to try and crack the ice, smashed straight through him, and just left 2 ankles and a feet. And I'm like, whoops.
Yeah, shattered me to pieces.
Terminator 2 style.
Yeah.
I would love to see a sliding doors version of all of the decisions we could have made and didn't. See how it ended up.
Yeah.
Only attack damage spells for this session. But I did.
Oh man. Well, it's one of those ones of like, do we go back to the Malt Masters with tail between their legs, or do we go back and go? Do you want to head in there and sort a statue out that kills people? Find out what you can grab, and hopefully find out what the hell we can do with killing this thing.
I blame Vraco for leaving.
Yeah, absolutely, totally.
Yeah, I mean, technically, Vraco said that they would be back or something.
So it is their fault.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah, they just didn't get there in
They
time.
might already be on the way.
Bearing in mind,
Well,
from the time Vraco left, you have gone through a camp full of enemies, slid down into a cavern and obliterated a cavern while also unleashing this undead dragon creature thing. Vraco's probably only halfway home.
I mean, to be honest, not even that, right? He arrived.
He's probably still outside.
Yeah, I was about to say, at that point, Vraco's probably like getting outside, going, "I must warn," kadoosh, as this ancient white dragon just goes smashing through the,
Oh, too late.
What did they do?
Yeah, Vraco just arrives. I think there was something I was meant to tell you.
Yeah, you know, in the start of the Avengers movie when the whole that whole of that like research facility just collapses. That's exactly what Vraco saw.
Yeah. It just goes everything.
Yeah.
This is a code 5.
I mean, it's an interesting point actually. He actually met you during your watch. So there were you the last watch or the second to last watch?
Yeah, that was the last watch.
So let's say that it was halfway through. Let's say that was therefore an hour of him leaving. And then we woke up, probably spent half an hour having breakfast, looking at everything. And then if you think about the way that the battles go, it was probably it was less than a minute in one of the fights. And then we slid down and had another, call it a minute. So we are talking about an hour and 2 minutes. So he probably was walking back down the forest. And behind him was this almighty crash as a undead ancient white dragon just shoots out the sky, screeches, and he goes, I can't leave him fucking alone.
Shit.
Oh yeah, he's not far away at all.
He is not far away at all. You know, within us getting out of the cave, technically he could have walked back to meet us at the top.
That is quite a slap in the face, though, when you said that has literally been an hour and 2 minutes in game time, and we've spent about 3 days in our lives doing it.
Yeah,
it's D&D.
Yeah,
D&D.
Yeah, that's what long and short rests
So if you actually
could
played
do
it
for
at
you.
full speed, we fucked up that dragon escapade pretty quickly, actually.
I was about to say, yeah, I mean, you know, sort of ran past the werebears, grabbed the thing, came back out. You know, ran back, got it stolen off me. They ran back, finished the ritual, and boom. And that's basically the time it took me to say that is how long it took to actually do that.
And I'm just stood there going pew pew,
yeah,
pew pew, pew pew the whole time.
Yeah, and it's only
fucking trying to save the world.
I think the pews need to be a little bit louder because you did do a lot. You did the most damage to CL. So
I think I don't. Did I do any damage to CL? I don't think I did. Nothing. You were the only one who did a damage to him. No.
Just imagine if counterspell, dispel magic, or command would have worked at any point.
Oh, mate. Or a fucking strength track. How about
when you said you were going to do
7'8" Goliath against a werebear?
We've nailed
Fuck's
this.
sake.
Scored really badly on both of those.
Yeah. Do you know what? When it was natural one, and I was like, I've got to say it's a natural one.
I was literally staring. Did you not see me put my head in my hands? I stared at it and put my head in my hands, thinking.
No, because I was looking at my natural one, going, "Fuck it, I can't." I don't. You know, I'm like looking at a child, going, "You've let me down." You know, and I'm just going, "What the hell?" So then I was like, it was a natural one, and you said it, and you know, I nearly fell out of my chair, which is impressive because of his arms. So and then I rolled a 10, and I was like, that is exactly average. I literally don't know whether that's going to be helpful or not, and it wasn't.
I think it's safe to say as well that we definitely should never play poker because it is written all over our face what we do. Whether we get a good roll or bad roll.
Yeah, but to be fair,
we're not trying to hide it, are we?
Yeah,
we do. Can I just point out as well? We have played poker together, and we're all shit at it.
Yes, but we also usually start it about 7 whiskeys in. So yeah,
we also play it pissed. Yeah.
Is that 2 or 4? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's got a picture of a man
all
on
the people
it.
in the group who are just making the rules up every time we meet.
Yeah. Every single time it changes. No, we never do it like that.
Good stuff.
It will be weird doing it in real life when we get the chance to do it in real life, though.
I tell you what.
As we can.
Yeah.
As soon as we can, we're there.
Yeah, as I say, if we do ever get a chance to stream this live together, I've got the kit. It will be good fun. We'll love it. But my God, am I glad that we have this kit that we can still do this because it saves our bacon, saves me from going insane.
And hopefully, some other people enjoy it as well.
The important thing is that everybody stays safe.
Yeah, that's the important thing.
So
yeah.
Sane.
Stay safe. We can do this in a safe manner. We are. Well, this is keeping me sane.
Yes, it is.
Right here. This group of 4 people, these events, this is what keeps me sane during the week.
Even the emotional roller coaster that we've just had tonight was better than, like...
I tell you what, it was better than fucking a lot of TV shows that were on, in my opinion. What I just watched and went through.
I suppose,
you're watching, like, the Red Wedding on Game of Thrones, alright, that's a bit of a stretch, because that was a great episode, but that sort of thing where you're just like, what's going to happen? And then you're like, shit! I was doing that a lot.
Oh man.
Like
Shall we-
screaming
I'm
at the
glad.
telly.
It was down to the dice today. It was down to the
It
dice.
was down to the
Was
dice.
exactly down.
And
to
was wearing the
dice.
brown
Pants
pants.
today.
Okay. Okay. My first turn. How far away am I from the guy in the middle?
Oh fuck me.
90. I would have counted me, and I'm 95.
5, 6, 7.
Oh,
Oh, God.
shit. Sorry, my bad.
Nothing just happening.
Smell, you look like you've just done a hit and run on someone.
90-ish.
Just my
92.
mind going.
Oh my god. Just, yeah, when we see that, we're like, ah!
I'm still finding it really hard not to call people by their characters after we
I know.
finish streaming.
I know, I do. I'm really bad at it. Really bad. I'm just trying to think whether I can find the bit when I lose a strength check. Oh man.
That was the defining moment of tonight. I think, unfortunately, it fell on Dargon's shoulders.
Unfortunately, it was.
Did.
It was good
It
though.
was fucking cool though. Until next
You
week,
lot
when
made
we
me laugh. As soon as the book came out, the book's out. That's it. He's writing shit down.
Yeah.
Always bad news.
Had to write shit
Always
down.
I always think when I can hear you gathering lots of dice, I'm like, oh no. Yeah, when you're like, I'm just gonna roll damage, and you're like, 1, 2. You just drop them all. That's when you know it's blood.
Oh,
Right.
dear. Right. Yes. Okay.
On that note,
Yeah, let's call
On.
it for this evening.
Let's fuck off.
Yeah. So.
Let's go grieve by ourselves.
Let's skip to bed tonight, I think.
Yeah. Oh my goodness me.
I'll cry
Okay.
myself to sleep.
Oh my goodness, that was incredible. Okay, so wow, what an incredible session we've had tonight. So I hope you've enjoyed our Malt Magic and More. I hope you have also managed to watch our episode 25. So that has been quite the emotional episode for all of us. Anyway, we've got an exciting December coming up, as it sounds like. So I'm looking forward to that indeed. So yeah, we stream every Monday night on Twitch with our main episodes, and you will hopefully be watching this on a Wednesday night on Twitch with our Malt Magic and More. If you're watching it on YouTube, then of course you'll get it slightly later than that. Anyway, I do sincerely hope that you have enjoyed tonight and enjoy our campaign. With that, I shall say goodnight, and I hope you have enjoyed the evening with us.